first task when you open the spreadsheet is to format it as a table. So choose a format. And from here, I want to create a pivot table. So we're going to build our charts off of pivot tables. So I will go to, you can do actually summarize with pivot table and use all the defaults and click OK. So from here, the first chart that I wanted to create was I wanted to see the revenue of by product category. So how much did we sell in bikes, in clothing, and in accessories? So the number I'm interested in is revenue. So I can pull that to my values field. And then I want to see that revenue by product category. And I can format my numbers as currency. I don't want any decimal places because there really aren't any. And then I just click OK. All right. I'm going to change this to be total revenue. I'm not sure if I can change my row labels, but let's see. Product category. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. So from here, to insert a chart, there's actually, you can insert a pivot chart, and you can also insert these recommended charts. We'll just go off of these. These are similar to what's on Excel Online, but the first one that we're going to do is this clustered column because we're looking at 3 different categories, and we can easily see that in our chart. I'm going to change our title to total revenue by product category. And I really don't need this legend, so I can just click on it and then click delete. So I can see my, if you hover over, you can actually see your values. But this is total revenue for each product category. And I'm going to go ahead and add the labels onto here. So if I look at up here, I have pivot chart analyze. I can also click on design. So on the left where it says add chart elements, I'm going to add data labels, and I'll do that on the outside end. So now I can actually see the revenue above each bar. Let's rename this sheet. So I'll right-click, select rename, and this is revenue by product category. And then one thing you can do in Excel, the full version versus online, is you can actually duplicate this whole pivot table and pivot chart. And I'm going to do that because I want to modify a few things. I want to see it in a different view, but I don't want to have to create the whole pivot table again. So if I right-click and select Move or Copy, I'm going to select Create a Copy and then click OK. So now I have my original, and then I have one that has this number 2, so this is my copy. And in addition to seeing my data by product category, I also want to see it by country. So I'm going to move country over to the columns. And now I have, and it kind of looks all garbled, right? So each color is a different country, but that's not really what, I think I can think of a better way to show that. If we go up here, I want to look at my, if I click on design, I want to bring back my legend. So put that on the right side. So you'll see here we've got our countries and they're all the different colors. I think it would look clearer if I switched product category and country. So I have the x-axis here is my the countries, and then each of the bars is representing the product categories. I'm also going to remove these data labels. So if you go to Add Chart Element, Data Labels, let's turn that off, just because it's too much on there. So looking at this graph, I can instantly see that United States and Australia are selling the most. I'm getting my most revenue from United States and Australia, especially with bikes, and that the bikes are definitely selling more than the clothing accessories, at least from, bikes are more expensive. So it would make sense that I would get more revenue from the bikes. Let's change this title because now it's not only by product category, but it's also by country. Okay. So I think that looks pretty good. The last thing we need to do is also change the name of our worksheet. And we are kind of limited on how much space we have, so I'm going to have to say that this is revenue by category and country.